to Yoga with Amber at the Wellness Center. Today we're going to go through an energizing full body yoga flow. I do have some props here, but they are optional. I'm going to show how to use them or how to, if you wanted to do the same thing without them. If you have a strap, you can use this, or if you don't, you can use a scarf or something else in place of it. Or like I said before, if you didn't want to use either one, or you didn't have anything, I'll show you how to do it without the props. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with some breath work today. Let's lie down on our mats. I'm just placing one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. Take a deep inhale in, and then exhale, sigh it out. On the next inhale, I want you to connect to the belly, feeling the belly rise. Feel the chest rise. Hold the breath. And then exhale, release. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Chest. Hold the breath. And exhale, release. Inhale, deep breath, feel the belly rise, the chest, hold the breath. Exhale, release. One more time, take a deep inhale, feeling the belly rise, chest, hold the breath. Exhale, let it go. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to take our hands down by the sides, and then lift the hips up, and then inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale, hands and hips come down to the ground. Inhale, hands and hips come up and over. Exhale, hands and hips to the ground. Inhale, hands and hips up. Exhale, down. Just do a few more of these. Two more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, hands and hips up. And exhale, release. You're going to take the knees into the chest, take the forehead to the knees, give yourself a big hug. Do a little circle on the mat in one direction. And then we're going to take it the opposite direction, balance it out. And release the head and neck to the ground. We're going to let the knees come down to the left side of the body. Your arm is going to stretch out. Your right arm will be stretched out. Both shoulder blades are flat on the mat. Knees are to the left. You're looking to the right. Continuing to take deep breaths, focusing on your deep, lengthening your inhales and lengthening your exhales. And take the knees back into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then let's do some hip circles, very gentle in one direction. And in the opposite direction. And now we're going to let the knees come over to the right side of the body. Left arm is going to outstretch, or you can goal post here. Both shoulder blades flat on the mat. You're looking to your left, knees are to the right. And go ahead and inhale these knees back in to the chest. Take your forehead back to the knees. We're just gonna start to rock and roll up, just tapping our feet and then lying back down. Tapping the feet, lying back down. And then go ahead and come on up and let's meet in tabletop position. If you have blocks, you can use them here. If not, you can do this pose, this sequence without the blocks. So your hands are directly below your shoulders. Fingertips are spread wide. Knees are hip width apart, directly below the hips. If you would like, you can take a block and place it under the right hand and take a block and place it under the left knee. This is optional. You can do the same thing without the blocks here. So, on your next inhale, extend your left hand out. Maybe find a focal point, something that does not move. Extend the right leg out as well. You're going to flex this foot. You're going to make sure that your hips are equal. So square to the mat. Almost like I could come and place a little teacup here along the hip area. So from here, you're going to really engage your core area, and you're going to bend the elbow and bring the knee together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it together. So you're going to do this 5 times. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we can switch places. So the block will go to the left hand and right knee. And again, you can just do this without the blocks if you don't have them. So you're going to find your focal point, extend the right arm forward, left leg back, foot is flexed. We're going to take the elbow and the knee together. And on the inhale, you'll extend, exhale, bring them together. So here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's place these blocks to the side for now. Coming back to that tabletop position, we're going to do some cat-cows. So in the inhale, drop the belly, looking up, opening up the chest, and then exhale, round the spine, press through the mat, chin comes to chest. Inhale, belly drops, looking up. Exhale, round. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, round. Really connect this breath to the movement of this pose, these poses. And you can go at your own pace here. Really just connect in with your body, connect in with the breath. And then just connect those together. So 2 more. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. And now here you are in your neutral tabletop position. All right, from here, we're just gonna curl our toes and press into a downward facing dog. So those fingertips are spread wide, feet are hip width apart. Your hips are the top point of a triangle. You're pressing your chest toward the knees. And here you can walk your dog, and that just means alternate bending your knees. Feels really good. So let's take a few breaths here. Really get acquainted with our downward facing dog. We're gonna do this a lot in yoga. One thing to help from dumping through the wrists, is you can actually arrange your weight, distribute the weight through every part of the hand, especially the knuckles. That way the weight doesn't just go through the wrist and cause discomfort. Two more breaths in your downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, you're gonna take a look at the top of the mat, and let's just slowly walk to the very top and hang out here in your forward fold. If you'd like to bend the knees here, you can. Or you can straighten and just keep a light, like a micro bend in the knee. Let's clasp our hands and do this stretch here, holding here. Taking deep inhales and long exhales. And then on the next inhale, we're gonna slowly bring our arms up and come into a chair pose. So you're gonna have a bend in the knee, but make sure you can see your toes. If you can't see the toes, then it's time to take your hips back and then sort of down, almost like you're about to sit into a chair, and then take the arms up by the ears. If you're pregnant or low back injured, you'll want to take the feet about hip width apart. Otherwise, you can keep those feet and knees together. Taking deep breaths, holding here in your chair pose. Next, we're just going to inhale, bring it up, and take the hands to heart. Let's step our left foot back. You're going to make it parallel to the short end of the mat, and the front foot will be pointed toward the front of the mat. We're going to take a bend in this front knee. It's going to be stacked directly over the ankle. And we want to eventually get this thigh parallel to the ground. Your hips are going to be squared to the left. Take those arms parallel to the ground. So look back and then look forward, and you're going to maintain your gaze over your front fingertips. This is your warrior two position. On your inhales, try to think of lengthening through the hands, lengthening through your posture. And on the exhale, think of sitting a little bit deeper into the pose. Let's inhale and flip the palm, coming into reverse warrior. Take it back to your warrior two. And then let's come on out of that. Let's step it back to the front of the mat. Let's shake that out a little bit. And then we're gonna do the other side. So this time the right foot will come back, and you'll make it parallel to the short end of the mat. Front foot pointing forward, bending the knee directly over the ankle. Hips are square to the right this time. Arms are parallel, you're looking back and then forward. And again, on your inhales, you're thinking of lengthening through the posture and through the hands, and then exhaling, just sitting a little deeper. The deeper you go in this pose, trying to get this thigh parallel to the ground, make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle. It's going to be straight over. Let's inhale and reverse our warrior. Bring it back to warrior two, and then let's just go ahead and take a little break from that. Very good. All right, so from here, let's just inhale the hands up, reach tall, exhale, fold. Hang out here in this forward fold for a minute. Maybe grab opposite arms and sway it out side to side, just kind of ragdolling. You're going to plant the hands, just step back to your downward facing dog. Go ahead and alternate bending knees. You're going to take the right foot high in the sky, bend the knee, and you're going to take it to the right elbow. Really connect in with your core, and the foot goes back high in the sky. Bend the knee, connect to your core, and take it through the center. And then bend the knee, straighten the foot up. Bend the knee and connect it over to the left elbow. Okay? And then take it back to the sky. This time we're going to bend the knee, bring it through center, and plant the foot. And then drop the back knee. So we're here in our low lunge. So the right foot is again directly over the ankle. And our hips are going to be square to the front of the room. If you have blocks, you can use them here while you're building up your balance and your strength. But if you don't have blocks, you can have your hands on your hips or bring them up by the ears, reaching for the sky. Take 2 more breaths here. And exhale the hands down to the mat. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Bend one knee and bend the other. Take your left foot high in the sky. Bend the knee, connect with your core, and bring the knee to the left elbow. And then back up to the sky. Bring it through to center. High in the sky. Then to the right elbow. High in the sky. Now we're going to bend the knee and bring it through to center. Plant the foot. Drop the back knee. Make sure the hips are squared. Again, you can use your blocks here. If you don't have them, hands on hips or up by the ears. Focus back on the breath. Two more breaths here. Inhale, reach a little taller. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Step it back to your downward facing dog. I'm going to move these out of the way. All right, from here, We're just gonna take a seat on the mat. We'll come back to some standing poses in just a second. So you're gonna bend the knees, feet are flat on the mat. We're gonna do some ab work here. So take your hands just right here about at the knee crease. And you're gonna take the feet up and you're balancing right here on this soft part of your bottom. So you can use your your hands to hold here while you're building your strength and your balance. Remember to have a good posture, tall, lengthy spine from your knee to your foot is parallel to the ground. So you can start here. If you need a little more, you can start to release the hands. You can straighten the legs. If you're quivering, that means it's working. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Very good. All right, so from here, let's take our feet down to the mat again. Bend the knees, place the hands. Fingers are pointing down toward the feet. And we're gonna look up and just inhale the hips up, making a reverse tabletop. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the seat down. You're going to take the feet together and the knees are wide. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Taking your face toward the feet. And focus back on the breath. Inhale, come back up. Let's see what time it is. Okay. Cool. Just want to make sure we have some time. So let's just come back to our downward facing dog. Look to the top. Let's take some steps there. Inhale, rise, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Very good. So we're going to use a block. If you do not have a block, that's okay. You can do this without. So we're going to come back to our chair pose that we did earlier. So just make sure you can see your toes. If you can't, you're going to take those hips back and down like you're about to sit in a chair. Inhale the arms up. Taking deep breaths here. We're going to tap our left foot back and hold here. If this is as far as you want to go, stay here. If you feel comfortable starting to take that left foot off the ground and balance, then stay here. If you need a little more, start to come forward and straighten out. This is your warrior 3. You can use your block here. While you're building your strength and balance, just remember to keep a long spine. Hips are square to the mat, and this foot is flexed. And you can have a variation of arms, swooping them back, having them at the heart, or extending them out in front, or keep them down on the block. Also, keeping a bend in either or both knees helps with balance as well while you're building your strength and balance. So we're going to go ahead and let the left foot come down and come into a forward fold. And just alternate bending knees here as well. block back. Let's just go ahead and inhale, swoop up to your chair position. Take your right foot back and tap it here. If this is as far as you want to go, keep it. If you want to start working on your balance, coming here, coming forward, keeping a bend in both knees, or straightening using the block. Or taking the hands to some variation. Helps to find a focal point that doesn't move, and also focus on the breath. And go ahead and release that. Coming back to your forward fold. So we're going to take our left hand, palms facing up, under the top of the foot. Your toes should be about to reach your wrist or right at it. And then do the same with the other hand. And to have a little micro bend in the knee. And this just kind of helps kind of reverse a lot of the work we did in downward facing dog. May have been uncomfortable on the hands and wrists. And then if you'd like, you can straighten out a little more. Straightening out the knees a little more if you'd like, or more of a stretch. If not, just keep that bend. Now you're going to go ahead and release one at a time very gently. We're going to take a seat. And start to get ready to wind down and go into our Shavasana. So to get really cooled down and relaxed, let's just take our right ear down the right shoulder and take our right hand up and over. Give yourself a little massage on the side of the head. You should feel a nice stretch along the neck and shoulder area. And then let's do the other side, left ear to left shoulder. And then let's just take our chin down to chest, clasp our hands up over, and just let the gentle weight, the natural weight of the arms pull the head down and just kind of give it a little stretch. And release that. We're going to take the head and neck from side to side. And then let that go. We're going to start to wind things down here a little more. Roll the shoulders back, taking deep breaths, long exhales. We're going to take it the other direction. Let's do some twists. So we're going to inhale the arms up, look up, and then take the right hand down to left knee. You're going to look over the left shoulder. Inhale back through center. Left hand to right knee, look over the right shoulder. Back through center and take the hands down by the sides. So that's the end of our class today. Traditionally we would take a Shavasana. Right now I'm going to let you guys choose how you do your Shavasana, for how long you take it. Usually you want to do 10% of your class time. So today was 30 minutes, so maybe 3 minutes. But if you prefer something longer or short, I'm going to let you guys make that decision. I want to thank you all for practicing.